MidTransforce96 here with my Dark Knight Rises Movie Masters toy line reviews. There you go. So I'm just reviewing the toy line in general. I do have every single Movie Masters figure that they bought out. I'm trying to think to make sure, but yeah, I've got them all. So they came out with 6 main figures, which consists of Batman, Bane, Alfred, Catwoman, Blake, and Ra's al Ghul. They also came out with those 6 are the ones that you needed to get to build the Bat Signal. The Build-A-Figure. And then they also did come out with another one that was a Walmart exclusive that had a variant Bat Signal piece, but was not necessary to complete the Bat Signal, but that was Jim Gordon, which is all the way to the right. And then they did come out with one 2-pack that did not have any Build-A-Figure piece whatsoever. It was just a 2-pack that was a Toys R Us exclusive that was a redeco of Bane and a repaint with a cloth cape of Batman, which is all the way to the left. So yeah, so I did get them all. Very cool. I'm a big fan of Batman, really love the movie and everything, so I was really into the toy line. Comparing this to last year's Green Lantern Movie Masters toy line, overall I think if you know, thinking aside of whether you liked Batman or Green Lantern more, just figuring out the toys and everything, I think that the Green Lantern toy line was a much better toy line in my opinion. They had a lot more figures than these guys. There are how many here? There are 6 here, and 6 to complete the Bat Signal, and then, but for Green Lantern there was 11 to complete the Bat Signal, along with 2 Matty Collector exclusives, and an Ab and Sur and a 2-pack, and one figure that came out in the normal waves, but that was a redeco of Hal Jordan, but was not needed to complete the Bat Signal. They came out with a whole bunch of figures, which is really cool, and what was great about them was I don't think, out of all of those, let's just say 15 figures total, I don't think that there was one single part that was reused / repainted. Everything was new about them, which was fantastic, and I really liked that. And then there was this massive Build-A-Figure that was, of course, the huge Parallax from the movie, which I like. I like characters being Build-A-Figures a lot more than things. But, you know, thinking out on the Dark Knight Rises, trying to think of anything that they could use as a Build-A-Figure, I mean, the things that I thought of were his 3 vehicles, the Tumbler, Bat Cycle, and the Bat. But there aren't enough figures to come out with that they could actually make them. I mean, possibly the Bat Cycle, I'm trying to think, but since they already had out a Movie Masters Bat Signal, they wouldn't want to make it for the Build-A-Figure. So overall, I think that they did the best choice possible, and they did it the perfect as possible. The gimmick works fantastic on it, and the Build-A-Figure itself, although it's not as good as Green Lantern, they couldn't have done any better on it. Green Lantern had a lot more to choose from for a Build-A-Figure, so their Build-A-Figure is better, but this was done fantastically. Really liked the range of characters. We got a lot of characters, including some of them that you wouldn't kind of think, like Alfred, Ra's al Ghul, Blake, and Gordon. Those are ones that, you know, you might not get, but they gave them all. Really, Lucius Fox and, spoiler alert, Talia al Ghul were the only ones that we didn't get, and I'm pretty surprised we didn't get Talia al Ghul, but still very cool. Overall, really nice. They're all very cool looking. Of course, there is a lot of reused parts, unfortunately. I'm not a fan of that, and because each one, not a single one of these guys, except for the redeco of Bane, they all have the same articulation. The redeco of Bane has hinges on his wrist, though that's the only thing new. Everybody else has the same basic articulation, and then the Banes are the only exceptions. The Bane with the coat doesn't have a swivel bicep. So yeah, overall, it did get a little boring. There wasn't a lot that you could do with them because they just had the same range of movements. And accessory-wise, now same thing goes for Green Lantern. Accessories for Green Lantern weren't good, and with this, still aren't good. I mean, we didn't even get a sword with Ra's al Ghul. We got a cool gas mask, but that's it. We didn't even get a gun for Blake. I mean, the only one that had the proper accessories was Gordon, and he was just an exclusive to Walmart, and you didn't need him to build the Bat Signal. So, overall, I think that this was a fantastic wave. I did like last year's better, but I have a feeling I'm going to like this one a little bit better than next year's Superman. I'm assuming that because Mattel owns the rights to Superman, I'm sure that they will do the same thing. The awful, with no articulation, just about but no articulation, 3 3/4 inch line, and then a nice Movie Masters line with a cool Build-A-Figure. That's what I'm expecting next year. I hope we get it, and I'm really happy. Mattel is very cool in the fact that they do Build-A-Figures, which I'm a huge fan of, and they get me to buy the whole line, and they look all great together, and they'll look great on your shelf. So there you go. So that is just my review of the Dark Knight Rises Movie Masters toy line review. So there you go. Thanks for watching.